Hello.
Hello.
Hi. So I'm going to introduce you and then we will go from there. Good. Hello, everyone. How are we? My name is Nicole Celine. This is Black Girl Joy. Thank you for coming on in. Hope that everyone is doing well and having a blessed day. Today, I have my friend, my buddy, my mentor. She's a lot of things for me. Um, and we will be talking about all the things that we talk about all the time, which is womanhood. So today she's going to focus on menopause and the things that go on. But I'm going to let her introduce herself. This is Mrs. Cynthia Givens. To me, she's just Cindy. But go ahead. You can have the floor, my love.
Hi, everyone. As she told you, my name is Cynthia. She calls me Cindy. I'm a counselor. I've been a counselor for many years. I'm a lead counselor at one of the area clinics here in Virginia Beach, Virginia. I'm also a pastoral counselor at the church I attend. But I'm also just a woman like every one of you guys. And we're just going to talk about some of those things that, it doesn't matter who we are or what we do, that affects us.
Yeah. So, I want to say, so now I'm like, do you remember when you first started either your perimenopause or even when when your journey began even into menopause?
I think things started happening, I want to say in my early 50s.
Okay.
And I noticed that I had started, that I missed periods, and, of course you might say, I'm not pregnant,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
you start, or they were like, I always had issues, because I've had some women issues. So I always had issues with, painful period, extra long and stuff like that. And
Right.
so it was like coming short or not coming at all, or skipping months, and that's when I knew that, something was probably beginning to happen.
Did you notice anything like with your body other than the missing periods? Like, was your hair changing? Was your skin changing? Was, like anything that was noticeable to you?
I think, in retrospect, I think maybe I was having some emotional stuff, but I didn't understand it that way.
Right.
Because
Yep.
you kind of don't put it together initially.
Right. Yeah, because we talked about my anger issues all of a sudden. Yes, I remember.
It's like stuff is happening to you, and sometimes you're the last person to know it. I've been married a long time, and my husband just thought I was like losing my mind, probably.
Right. Which you weren't. It was just the changes of life that occur, but it's hard for us to understand it sometimes. Did you by any chance go to the doctor to get any like blood tests done or anything like that?
I didn't, because I didn't know. Like I said, the issue with me somewhat was because I had endometriosis.
Oh, okay.
Which is like
the lining
that comes out of your uterus, and it can go. What I found, I can go as far as your lungs. Like it moves on to other parts of your body, and it causes pain. A lot of pain at that time of the month, and usually you have extra heavy bleeding. I had two surgeries for that. So then you don't really know what normal is. You know what I mean? You don't. It's like you don't know where to place the blame. And so I was already seeing a doctor for that. So I mean, the introduction of menopause would be a happy occurrence, because once your period stops, most people, it cures that issue.
Right.
So I didn't even understand, what was happening. I knew things were coming to an end,
Right.
and I didn't understand it. I mean, it took years because I didn't really go to the doctor and say, like, explain this to me. I think when I was seeing my gynecologist, that's the first person who said, because if you miss a period and you're not pregnant, then they're like, okay, what's going on? And so they were like, oh, it's, she was like, you're probably starting, to go, the beginnings of moving in, in that direction.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So did they give you, or did you take any type of supplements? Were there teas that you drank or anything that kind of helped you ease it, or was it just, or even did you even have what is that? Like, I have the night sweats, and yeah. And I have the hot flashes. So did you experience any of that, or do you still experience any of that?
I do. I had a really bad period of that where I would wet the whole bed. I mean, it was like I peed. I was like, did I pee on myself? Because
Right.
you wake up and like the whole bed was like literally, it was like a body spot of just wet.
Yeah, that I have to change my pajamas at least twice. Once, I put on a clean one, and then night I gotta change it because it's wet.
Right. I mean, my whole side of the bed, but I mean, I sleep with my husband, so I had to like get out. I couldn't be like, get up, I'm changing the bed,
Right.
Because it would be like disrupting his sleep. But it got to the point where I was so weary with it that I got a body size towel, like a good one. And I got to the point where I have the towel right by the bed, and I would just throw that in the wet spot and go back to sleep. Because it was disrupting my sleep so much, and I had to go to work.
Right.
Because by the time you get up and change and shower, and you might as well just stay on up. Because,
Right.
And it was really bad, and I went through a really bad period with that, because I mean, I would be laying there and it would just come. I mean, I would just be sweating, the sweat rolling, or I would wake up and like what we talked about, in just a wet soaking spot. And I mean, it got to the point, like I said, it was not good. So I had to, like, maybe me being a mental health professional, I had to do something mentally to deal with that.
Right.
We therapize ourselves. That's what people don't realize when you're in the field. You're like, okay, I need to reframe this. This is bad, and I don't like it. So I started making it like trying to find humor whenever I could.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd be like, yeah, I'm just having, I call it my personal summer.
Yes, I do too.
I'm like, I'm just having my personal summer, because sometimes you're not in the bed, you're outside somewhere.
Right.
And you just break out into this mean sweat. And like, I mean, I wear glasses, and I would fog up my own glasses.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I have been able to see like the smoke, like almost of like, of the heat, and fog my own glasses.
Oh, wow.
With the hot flash. And so
that's definitely serious.
It was really serious. And I mean, it's like it subsided. And that's the thing about this thing. You feel like, yes, it's over. And then I came through that really rough period of like this sweating and everything. And then I'm good. And then here it comes again. Because I still have, it's not as bad as it used to be. But I think it's connected to, and it's probably somebody could even speak to it even more in depth than I, but I've read about it. Certain things like coffee, it's certain things that you eat that will like trigger it.
Right.
And coffees, and I love coffee. I love my coffee. Not giving it up. So that can trigger a hot flash.
Yes.
By eating certain things and
spicy foods, certain spicy foods and things like that. Yeah.
I mean, everything in moderation. I think like that. You know what the cost is going to be.
Yeah. So how has menopause been now for you though?
I just accept it as, it's just like, it's just one of the things. It's a change of life that us as women go through.
Mm-hmm.
Just like when we get our period, people like, oh no, I got my period. Like when you're a teenager, it it's like we're always going through something as women, and I feel
Yes, we
like
are.
God gave it to us, because if it was men, we'd be extinct. If they had to have the babies and all of this, there'd be civilization would be over. So I
Yeah.
think I think it's like it's a passage of life, and
Right.
it has its up points. I don't have to buy these sanitary products
Right.
anymore.
Right. It saves us some money,
Right.
right?
I try to keep whatever a little bit in my house in case somebody come by and like, oh, I might have one. Let me dig around and see.
Yeah, I understand that. And then did you ever have to take any hormones or anything to help?
Now, I went to a homeopathic doctor and we talked about it, because
Mm-hmm.
and I might be getting ahead of the conversation, because I was having dryness,
Oh,
you
right,
know,
right, right. Okay.
and dryness is, okay, it's just painful sex.
Yes.
You
Right.
don't want
Vaginal
none of
dryness.
that, you know.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I was talking to her about that, and she was saying, well, you could do hormonal things, but she said we got to make
Mm-hmm.
sure you don't have cancer first. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
that was rough, because she's saying that when you take that, it will grow cancer. If you
Oh,
have it,
wow.
it will accelerate it. So she's like, let's make sure you are like clear of anything like that.
Right.
And cancer runs in my family, and I
Right.
kind of said I don't want to throw out the welcome mat. Come on, for it.
Exactly.
So I didn't want
Uh-huh.
to invite it in. And not saying that would, and I don't want to scare anybody, but I'm like, I didn't want to do anything that, could like stir anything in me.
Right. Mm-hmm. You didn't want to stir the pot.
Exactly. So I was
Good.
like, maybe that's not for me. And then she told me there are creams, which I might have been open to, because she said if it doesn't pass through, because now you have hormones that you take orally. And she
Mm-hmm.
said, but there's creams that you can apply down there that will help.
Mm.
She said, and that's different because it's not going through your body, and it's less chance of,
Right. And it's good to know that, because a lot of women, they don't even know that there are gels or
yep,
creams and things that will help you in the place of intercourse if by chance you begin to notice vaginal dryness. And that does occur, it
absolutely.
can happen. Right. Oh,
But
okay.
I didn't
Well,
even
good.
go that way. I was
Mm-hmm.
trying to go into my bathroom to see if I could find it, because I don't remember what it's called. But what I did do, because no, that's not it. Yep, that is it. What I ended up doing,
Mm-hmm.
she told me there are over the counter things that you can use.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try to, it's like medication. Let's try the lowest level and see
Right.
how that work out. So I ended up
Right.
going to the just to the Walmart,
Mm-hmm.
and I found this thing called Replens.
Oh, replens. Okay.
Replens moisturizer, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a long lasting vaginal moisturizer. And you
Mm-hmm.
could either, it has a reusable like pump thing. Think like, I don't know. They used to, back in the days, if you got an infection, they had this little pump thing. You would pump the medicine up there.
Oh, yeah,
It
yeah,
has that
yeah.
same kind of applicator, and you get more for your money if you do it that way and just squeeze it in. Um, and
Oh,
then it has
okay.
one use ones. They cost a little bit more, but sometimes you like, because it's much cleaner. Like if you want to take
Mm-hmm.
it with you, it's in its own applicator. Just boom, put it up there, and it lasts for up to 3 days. So you don't
Oh,
have to put
okay.
it up
Well,
like, I'm ready. You can, but you can put it
right.
in like 3 days. You good. And
Okay.
so I like it because it's not greasy, and it's not
Mm.
really messy. If you put it right, it's not really messy, and it's life changing.
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know.
I would think so,
So
because we don't want anything
yeah,
hurting.
because I wasn't down for none of that. So I mean, it says it supplements the body's natural lubrication. So it's
Right.
like, that's what I ended up using, and I didn't go any higher because I said if I don't have to use something that's like a chemical like a
Mm-hmm.
like hormone. I mean, if that's what you need, get it. Because I tell you, if I was really going through it, like some women have like mental health issues. I'm not gonna say I don't seem like I got mental health issues sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
but if I was really going through it and I needed something to function, I would do it. But this is what I used, and it helped me. And the funny thing is, I don't even really use it now.
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
what changed, but something changed. But I went through a period where this was like a godsend. So
Right. So
I
maybe
recommend.
hormones. Yeah, maybe your hormones were starting to regulate or kind of normalize themselves. And maybe that's what has helped. And even diet, because diet
Could
can
be.
make a difference
And like,
also.
staying hydrated is always good,
Right.
you know.
Right.
So it could be
Yeah.
that, and then maybe it helped my body in the long run. Sometimes you start using these things and your body gets on board,
Yes, that's true. Very
you
true.
know.
Very
So I don't know if that's what
well.
happened, but whatever happened is I still, obviously I have some. I went and looked for it, but I, but I don't really use it now. I've been
Okay.
okay, but I would use it again if I needed it.
All right. Well, at least we know. I wrote it
Yeah,
down. So it's called
Replens.
Replenish
Yeah, who is that? And it's like
Moisturizer.
a
So yeah, and that's
purple box, and it says number one doctor recommended. It says supplements the
okay.
body's natural lubrication. I recommend.
All right. Well, thank
You're
you for
welcome.
that. That was wonderful. Well, I thank you for being my host. We've been waiting for this for a long time. And I'm thankful that it finally came through. God is so good. But I thank you for the information
Absolutely.
and for being candid. And I hope that today this message has blessed someone and helped them if they're going through this. And once again, the name of the product was that she mentioned was called Replens Moisturizer. And this we can use for every day or maybe even just for your time of intimacy if you are having some challenges in that area. But thank you for listening once again to Big Girl Joy. My name is Nicole Celine, and I thank you. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed week. And remember to shine. Have a good day, guys.
Bye.
Bye.